Hello everyone. All right, we're gonna do a quick card pull from each of these three decks. Now, take a moment, meditate on which deck draws to you. We're gonna shuffle and then select, and that will be your message for the week, the day, the evening, however you want to cut it. Ooh, okay, there we have first one. If this was it. All right, cinema, baby. This goes two ways. One, sitting back and reflecting on your life right now. Maybe going through some changes, reflecting on, like, yes, we all go through the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Also, I feel like it's also breaking another milestone, turning an age, or you just turned an age. And just in general, things have shifts for you. And this also could be an epiphany that you're having, multiple epiphanies actually. Most likely during this week, you know, you're like, what do I want to do with my, what do I want to do with my energy? My life goals, the things that you wanted before, maybe you don't want them anymore. You know, maybe you want to try something new. You're examining your friends, your family, your workload, everything. And at the same time as you're doing that, you know, a lot of you probably feel like you have eyes on you, and they've noticed that these things are shifting, you know, and changing. And maybe there are other people that want to poke the bear and see if you've really changed. And also, you know, seeing like, okay, maybe he or she really did change, you know, watching you like a movie as you watch yourself. All right, next one, what we got? What is the energy for this card? What's the energy for this card? My lovelies who picked this deck. Let's see which one it be. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, karma. All right, now let's do a constellation prize on the top. Confession and karma. Ooh, all right. I know y'all got two. Who knows for the next deck, but karma. All right, what goes around comes around. I feel like a lot of things are biting you in the butt right now. You know, and there's some things you have to confess, and there's nothing wrong with starting over. I know in a lot of times that, you know, we want to look out on other people and be like, hey, you know, they did this to me and I'm waiting for that karma to come. But sometimes, you know, you have to sit with yourself. You'd be surprised. Even if you don't want to confess it to that person, be like making things right, you know, even if you got mad or upset, or you're just reflecting, because that's the point of growing. That's the point of evolving and changing. There's no root for pride. You know, if you want to change, you want to evolve, and you want to get that energetic currency, you know, because we love financial money and everything like that, but energetic currency, yes, that's where it's at. All the things start manifesting for you. You know, you can have all the money in the world and get it, but can you keep it? You want to clear that karma. You know, confess. And if you don't want to confess to them, confess out loud. Confess. If you have your altars, do that. You know, speak it to the wind, to the earth, pray, whatever, however you want to say it out loud to yourself, or have that conversation with someone or that friend and be like, hey, you know what, I was feeling this certain type of way, you know, also picking up a misunderstanding perhaps in the past, and you're like, you know what, I want to clear the air. I'm tired of holding on this anger. I'm tired of holding on to all this like confusion, because you feel like it's been eating you alive, you know. Also picking up that you want your just dues too on the other end of the spectrum. All right, and the last. Ooh, you trying to pop up before I even get started. Okay, everybody wants a little bit of love. A little bit from the love deck. Let's see, what is the, oh, okay. Look at that, another confession. All right. Because I feel like I guess you're going to get another one. Sorry for the first deck. But it gave you the message that you needed. Confession time. Ooh, that might be the other person watching. While you trying to confess, they trying to confess to you too. You know, I said in the last one, you know, you doing your own karmic cleanse, but also maybe sitting down with that friend. Maybe they want to have that conversation also, but, you know, they don't know how to approach you. Bottom or top? I'm feeling kind of both. Gold digger. Ooh. Air sign. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Money, money, money. Maybe they're were just, you felt like they're a misunderstanding. Maybe you thought like, yeah, they were just about the money, you know, and then maybe just like also while you're probably in like a more emotional state, they're completely opposite. So they may come across as like that gold digger, you know, type. Some of them actually are, you know, but in the reverse eyes, it's like, okay, well, dang, they don't got no soul. They don't got no love for me. They're just thinking about money, 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 honey, and promotions. And like they are focused, you know. So two energies can clash. It's giving fire and water, you know. Energy. I'm also picking up heavy on a Cancer. I know it's air here, but I'm picking up heavy placements on that. You know, Cancer and a fire sign, or someone with both energies, conflicting energies. So yeah, so with the air sign, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, you know, to the outside world, you know, or to you specifically, you know, it may seem like they don't care, you know, that they just want money, they just attach to money, and they'll probably just go along with somebody else that has money for them, which for some is the case. Though we're going to talk about it too, is the case, you know, and if that's the case, just let them go. And I feel with that, like someone's heartstring is being pulled, and a little bit of like sadness, you know, and also like maybe an addiction to their energy. You don't even know why. That's a whole nother narrative. If that's the case, baby, I would say, you know, this is your sign to like do a gentle, I want to say a gentle cord cleansing, because like sometimes use your discernment, because sometimes something so harsh can, you know, have a negative effect. If you feel you can handle it, do it. But I would say a gentle cord cutting, and then take a really, really strong bath. You know, that way you can like level yourself out. All right. Those were your 3 picks. Like and subscribe if you find anything useful. All right.